Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Pick Me's Reaction. On our maiden voyage into the world of reaction content, we're kicking things off with a blast from the past, a video from the Godfather himself, Kevin Samuels. By the end, we'll decide whether his message from 5 years ago is still relevant now in the year of our Lord 2026. In this conversation, a modern woman in her 30s has a difficult conversation with Kevin where she's forced to face an uncomfortable reality she wasn't ready for. The reality that she's invisible to the man she wants for a serious relationship. Things then go south quickly when she accuses the European standards of beauty for the reason she hasn't had much luck in her mate selection. And that's when the conversation gets interesting. Before we get into the video, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel so the algorithms don't think I'm over here talking to myself. Thanks.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. So I'm asking about ranking and what's the problem with ranking women?
I think I do agree that we rank everything in life. Women, I wouldn't say that we rank. I would use a different word. I think we categorize men, which may be a type of ranking. But I mean, so when you say ranking, are you referring to you're comparing them?
Yes.
To each other or just to your standard?
Yeah.
Barely 5 minutes in, and already a familiar problematic trait many Black women display rears its head. A lot of them are masters at dodging negative criticism in a way that causes you to wonder whether your opinions and mindset are actually the issue. Take her, for example. What she is trying to do here by asking whether the ratings was according to Kevin's standards or everyone else's is to find an opportunity to use their favorite response in these types of conversations, which is, "That's your opinion." Any constructive criticism pointed at them is received as an attack. She'll do whatever she can to paint the picture that one person's opinion on her looks isn't necessarily everybody else's.
Yes.
To each other or just to your standard?
Yeah. No, see, you're 32.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been married?
No.
Any children?
Not yet.
Well, when a man asks you to go out, you decide what man you give your information to and what man you don't give your information to. That's a ranking. How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". Do you care if a man is only 5'6"? When you date him? That's a ranking. The pause is a ranking. Yeah, see, y'all have no problem. Y'all got no problems with ranking men. If a man was working and making $15 an hour, would you marry him and be with him for the rest of your life if that's all he was gonna make? Minimum $15. 37,000 is what the median income for a male in this country was. You'd be happily married to him and submit to him for a lifetime?
If he's married to me, that's going to change. So
No. I said if he's just an average man. See, y'all all think y'all have the power. No. See, y'all all think y'all have the power of Thanos to make shit be not what it is. I said if a man was just an average earning man. See, the fact that you can't even.
I can't. You're right. I can't live off that because.
Sure, you can.
If anything were to happen to me, and if he would have to take care of everything, I wouldn't be able to sustain. Like I would have to.
What do you mean you couldn't sustain? I mean, half the country's doing that.
I mean, like I would have to change some things. If we were living just off his income, I would have to change a lot.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Did your mother go to college?
She didn't.
Your father go to college? Did your father go to college?
He has a trade.
So your mother and father didn't go to college. They made you. And it's funny that the very people who come from nothing got so high of a standard for the next group of men. So I have no problem with it. I judge women just by the same standard. So basically, you're saying that a man couldn't be an average earner for you.
I'm saying that if he does, and if I really like him, then I mean I guess anything is possible. But I've never thought about dating somebody that makes $15 an hour.
It always amazes me when the same Black women who insist they aren't a monolith end up echoing the same talking points. Their patterns are always predictable. Majority of them have a 6-foot minimum height requirement in the man they want. They all believe submission is weakness. The patriarchy is to blame for every evil in the world, or like this one here just stated, they refuse to date blue-collar earners unless there's the potential of them going up their financial ladder. Now, I'm not against having standards and all that, but one can't help but be amused or sometimes just irritated when you realize how unrealistic these standards are when you consider the person who is setting them. Turns out, if you lie to people about being tens or the prize long enough, eventually they start to believe it.
But
Okay,
see,
well, let's get to this. You're 5'5",
yes,
dress size.
like a 9, 8, 9.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
Ugh, I just left the gym.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm a former gymnast, so I'm like 185, 190.
So at 5'5", 190 pounds, you weigh more than a man.
Very possible.
So that means you're below average from a fitness standpoint.
Well, muscle weighs more than fat.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
And I'm a former.
I don't care how. Okay, man, we can do that. But 5'5", you're supposed to be closer to 130. I don't care how. You could have Kryptonian muscle fibers. It shouldn't be 200 pounds as a female. And I'm making this to prove a point because, see, notice how it varies so much with women that men are supposed to accept 5'5", 200 pounds because muscle weighs more than
I said
fat.
195. You put the extra
195, it's that much.
85.
Shut your pie hole.
85, 185, I'm sorry, still. But men are supposed to accept 185 like it's no big deal. But if we actually extrapolate that down to money, you should be able to accept 40,000, just like a man should accept 185. That's the way our minds work.
And I don't disagree with that, but weight is something that fluctuates. You can change that easier than usually you can change the tax bracket. So,
Well,
and I'm not saying that
and I guess the point I was ultimately getting to is, and you're right, you can change weight, and I say that often. That's why I tell women the one thing you can impact more than anything else is your weight. So there's no excuse for a woman to weigh more than a man at her height. Simply is not. That's not how the Creator made you. Females of the species in the mammalian in mammals don't weigh more than males, except in hyenas, and they're ass backwards. They also have the female hyena also has a penis, penis-looking organ that she gives birth through. Yeah, look it up.
really.
That's why when some folks associate things in our culture with hyenas because it's backwards. It's backwards. Go look at the hyena and look at how backwards a matriarchy is and how the men die sooner. Check it out. Go look and see how they give birth. But I'm talking about to the audience. But let's get on to the next phase. You're 32 years old. If you had to just rank your scale of 0 to 10, you can't use 7, just your natural face, your natural state. Can't use 7. Where would you give yourself?
Because this is where I am right now. Literally just left the gym, got out the shower. Just stripped of nothing, no makeup, no nothing. Probably, I don't know, 8 maybe.
And look at you. You're average at best.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a solid 8. 5'5", 185 pounds, and she rates herself an 8. You know how women like to smuggle in their positive character traits just to increase their rating? Yeah, this isn't one of those. That rating is based on fresh face out of the shower with no makeup on. She hasn't had this conversation with anyone with any stakes in the matter. Either that, or she simply doesn't welcome it all together. 8 out of 10. That's how I rate myself. You can take it or leave it. That's the attitude. That's the very narcissism they like to accuse men of, yet whenever they are the ones displaying it, they excuse it by calling it self-confidence.
Makeup, no nothing. Probably, I don't know, 8 maybe. I've never ranked myself, never thought about it, honestly.
All right.
And then we talk physically, or are we talking about everything? Like
Just your face.
Oh, physical stuff.
8?
Maybe.
What is that? What it is?
I guess I've never
don't
myself, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm
but the funny thing is, you ladies need to rank yourself because you rank men, and we rank you. And I say an 8 is Beyonce level, Pam Grier level. That's an 8. Kelly Rowland, Diane Carroll, 9. You know,
They
Dorothy Dandridge, Rihanna, that's closer to 10.
they are
So
beautiful.
you're saying you're in that 8 category?
I mean, you said just natural, stripped of everything out the shower.
Yes.
I think,
Hmm.
I think because I look beyond the surface. So I mean,
Well,
because
no,
I
no, but see, you aren't the matter, man. The matter is how men look at visual. And I'm asking how do see that's the problem. How you ladies look at yourselves in the best case scenario. We men look at you as it is. And you said naturally out of the shower. Is that your natural hair?
No.
not all of it. No.
So are those your natural lashes?
No.
Well, individuals still blended.
But you have
Yeah.
mink. Okay. And is that your natural eye color?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the two of the three aren't you. So even when you said it, I just came home out of the shower, fresh face, natural. That wasn't accurate. This is part of the disconnect between how women tend to look at themselves. You look at yourselves in the best case scenario, and you look at other women in the best case scenario because you want to be given the benefit of the doubt. Men look at what is. And the men in this audience, if I had the comments on, they'd say, I want to see you with your natural hair. Where's your natural hair length?
I just cut off 11 inches. I just went natural, big chop.
Where is it normally though?
I just cut off 11 inches. So normally, well, I think I have a picture. My other phone's in there, but I
Okay.
just cut off 11 inches.
So you have extensions in after you cut it off?
Clip-ins for the gym, like clip-in links. It's like micro links things.
So your hair was 11 inches longer? How long ago?
Now. Yeah,
How
so
long ago?
when you like a month and a half ago, when you do a big cut, you cut off all like relaxed stuff.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to understand is if you cut off 11 inches a month ago,
Month and a half.
month and a half, where is it now?
Just in its natural curly state. I don't know. I haven't had it blown out, but I don't know. It's probably 5 inches left now.
Does it
So we
go
cut
past
off
your shoulders?
all
Does it go past your shoulders?
No, I cut off 11 inches of it. So
That's what I'm trying to understand. Does it go here? Does it touch
when it's blown out, it does. Yeah, when it's blown out, it does. But when it's wet, it just curls up. So that's why it's.
All right. So you have your reasons, but men, it's like cut off 11 inches to then clip in hair.
Well, it's just for working. I like to give men the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree with what you said. Sometimes when
you like to give men the benefit of the doubt?
I believe. Well, I can only speak for myself, not for women, because we're not a monolith. We're not all the same.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So I do believe that.
Let me say something, ladies. Take that out of the conversation. That is a useless point to say we're not all the same. Obviously,
we're not.
But that's a useless point. That's a filler. That's a filler argument. We know we're not all the same. That's something that goes without saying.
You said that women. You said that that women like to get the benefit of the doubt, and you said, but women don't like to give men the benefit of the doubt. And I'm saying that some women do. Like we all don't. You know what I mean? We all don't require.
I never said that women don't like to give men the benefit of the doubt. You said I like to give men the benefit of the doubt, and I just said okay. But when in the income example, see, this is why I keep doing this. Like women, period. Y'all need to understand how y'all look at our money and these kind of things is how we look at your looks. And see, you're far more rigid on a man's income, but you're far more flexible on how a man should look at your looks. By your own estimation, you say you put yourself in the 8 category. That's pretty. Serious? That's right up there with Beyonce, Pam Grier. The difference is I can look at Pam Grier in her natural state in the 70s, no makeup, and she was pretty. I'm still having to look between the lashes, the extensions, and everything else that exists. And then even those two women, neither one of those women are in your body type range. They still are smaller than men. So those two things automatically skew the number. But then when we just look at fresh face out of the shower, I would give you a 5. I would give you average looking, average to cute. But actually, I'll take that back. I would actually probably give you a solid 5, 6. That means you average looking can be cute, but I wouldn't put you in the same category as Beyonce or Pam Grier. Because if that's the case, that means you guys should be able to stand in the same places and men would pick you at equal rates. And that just would not happen. You or any woman, huh?
I said no. I respect your opinion. That's how you feel.
And there it is. She finally used the line. The "that's your opinion" response is a shield they'll always use against uncomfortable truths. This is a woman well in her 30s who is nowhere near mentally ready to recognize the reality of her past and current choices. Soon she'll start to panic about her ticking biological clock. When that happens, children out of wedlock are sure to follow. And before you know it, she adds to the ever-growing statistic of children raised in broken homes. Just don't say we are a monolith. We find that offensive.
Okay, but you feel different. But you feel differently. Why?
Well, according to your rankings on, I don't know if I've ever seen either of those women stripped down the way that you described it. So I can't even.
Beyonce.
And I've never even
all you have to do is Google it.
Yeah, but
Beyonce before, no makeup. It's everywhere.
Who was very beautiful. I've seen her in person. I work in media, so she's very beautiful. They all are. But I'm just saying, like, I've never put myself against that to say that. So I mean, I just have to take your word for it. If that's your opinion.
What I'm saying is, ma'am, 8, 9, and 10 has to mean something. And you say you've never seen them. Okay, take any woman that's a pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, and you're saying that I'm a woman right there with them.
If according to your standards, so this is your ranking scale. So that's why I said,
ma'am, the cover of Cosmopolitan magazine, Essence magazine, most beautiful women in the world is not my standard. See, that's another place that women tend to try to slide.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I agree. It's not your standard. It's probably more European standard.
Not a European. I'm talking about black women. That's bullshit. I'm gonna stop right here, man. I gotta say this. I have not named one white woman, and every time we start talking about standards, black people in particular, black folks in particular, black women in general, always want to go to European. We rank black women based upon your best selves.
And I'm glad you said that. That's a good point. The reason why I said that is because we in America, and especially working in media, even if you are a black woman, the closer you have to European features, the more classified.
You got a problem with that? So let's just take your argument. No, you have a problem with it?
Do I have a problem with them?
Do you have a problem with that?
Let me make sure I understand your question. Your question is, do I have a problem that society and the entertainment industry equates being more beautiful, even as the African American woman, to having more European features? Do I have an issue with that?
The way you framed that, yes. Do you have a problem with the question as you just stated it?
So here's my issue with that. My issue with that is
it's a yes or no. Before you give me the long answer, I just need to know yes or no. You put out the premise. I'm asking, do you have a problem with that premise?
Because it's typically Europeans that what they think is beautiful. That's their standard.
Yes or no?
For
you
me,
laid the premise out.
Not my standard of beauty.
Yes or no? You laid out the premise. Yes or no? Yes, I have a problem with the premise I just laid out. No, I don't have a problem with the premise I just laid out.
I have a problem with that being perpetuated.
Yes, I have a problem with the premise. No, I don't have a problem with the premise.
Under certain.
Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Certain context,
yes, I do. No, I don't.
Within the certain context,
This is the problem. This is the problem because even when I allow you guys to lay out the premise and give it all on this European standard, you still want wiggle room. Since you have a problem.
No, what I want to say is wiggle room.
How about this? If there's a problem with the European standard of beauty that's put on black women, such and so forth, take the extensions. Take the extensions. Wear your hair in its natural state and take the extensions out of your hair.
And I do that
all the time.
Here's why.
All the time. That's what the women in the 70s did.
Here's why I said within context. I said within context because it's coming from people that are European, so they're saying that they believe that their type is beautiful.
No,
Just like
it's no. I don't
if
buy
if
that
I
bullshit
want a
argument,
black
ma'am. I
man,
don't buy that
I'm
bullshit
gonna
argument.
my
I
standard
don't
of
buy that bullshit argument. I allowed you to make
it's
it, but
a
I'm
black.
not. I'm not going to. Nope, nope. I'm not
It's
going to
the truth,
perpetuate
though.
that on my channel. Nope, I'm not going to perpetuate that on my channel. I'm not going to even let.
You
I allowed the premise for you to make it, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with you, ma'am. I am comparing you to black women. When black women in the
I know, but your question
90s,
about
ma'am,
here.
black women in the 70s. I want you to look at your black women in your family, in your family album,
Hmm.
and I want you to go back and find women who are 5'5", almost 200 pounds, 80 years ago. Go on Soul Train, where it was nothing but black women, and they were dress size 4, not dress size 14.
I'm not gonna be a 4, and I'm not a 14. I'm a
Well,
five.
and you're not, and there are no, and it is not your normal state as a female to weigh as much as a man. See, women in general, black women in
Oh,
particular, have a
I
problem
honestly
with
agree.
reality.
I'm in the gym.
You have
I'm
a
getting all
problem with reality.
those Corona calories.
It's not corona calories; it's lack of discipline.
No. Well, is that too? But being in the house, I definitely gained 25 pounds over COVID.
You didn't have
Definitely.
to eat that. You could have ate different. You knew what it was.
Mm,
Mm.
no, that's what you're right. It's
So that
but
ain't got nothing to
I'm
do
paying
with
the
a
price for it.
European. That has nothing to do with a European standard or nothing. See, the reason I push back so
Talking
hard
about
about this,
feet
the reason I push back so hard about this, ma'am, is that's bullshit. Black women used to be a standard of beauty.
still is to
Well,
me.
then, if that's the case, stop complaining about a European standard just because you
But
need to lose weight and look
it
like your normal
it was
selves.
you're right, but it was in context of your question. That's why I said
No,
this.
it wasn't in the context of my question. You injected that point to try to make a tangent. We weren't talking about white people. And
Because
back on
you
subject.
pulled
And
out
we're
mag
not,
and the
we're not
stats that
we're
you're
not going down that
pulling,
path anymore. Let's put a period there. We're not doing the
you're
European
in this.
anything. We're not doing the European thing anymore.
I think you're in
I
this.
want I don't we're not doing the European thing anymore. Bottom line is I'm comparing you against black women. Black
Right, but
women.
the stats in the ranking that you're using in the size and the charts, that's based off who created those ratios and says this
The
is the
BMI,
best.
the
No,
BMI.
listen.
Ma'am,
You said somebody
okay, you want to
I
know, I'll tell
at
you.
five
You want to,
five,
oh,
five
no,
five
no,
and a half.
ma'am. You want
Yeah,
to know, I will tell you. You can't go to the continent and see women who are 200 pounds.
I will
Not
never
consistently.
say it's
This is what I
different,
mean. A
but there's
problem
a
with
there's a
reality. Okay.
15-pound
hmm
difference from
And this, and this is,
165.
and what I need you guys to understand is this is how far women will go. Black women will go to substantiate their lack of being competitive.
No,
It's
that's
a
not what
European standard. It's the white man. It's who gave us this. Black men want to see black women fit, feminine,
you
friendly,
pulled
their
out. You said,
own natural hair, and
Kevin,
childless.
you said the world's most beautiful woman. Then you gave the magazine and the rankings and the people. And I'm saying
I
that
gave you an example of where you would see
does.
beautiful women. I didn't
Right,
say
and
that.
are beautiful. I mean, all right.
Well, no matter no matter how you see, you're caught in your own logic loop. No matter how you slice it, you're not up there with those women.
And I'm not.
I mean, we can
I,
bounce it all
I,
around. You said you are, you're not.
according to your standards,
Okay,
and
according to your standard, you are.
I said according. I said I'm not ranking me. You said
No,
you
no,
are,
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. I asked you where you
and I
rank. You
answered
said you
my
give yourself an 8, and I said so. You put yourself up there
question.
with
You said
Beyonce and Pam Grier. It'll all be on tape for replay. You can hear it yourself.
no,
You said yes.
that's fine, and that's fine. I said yeah. I mean, if I said I give me an 8, you said well I think that they're 8s, and you're not an 8. I give you a 6, and I said okay,
No,
respect.
no. I said what I gave you later on. I know exactly what I said. So where would you give
Okay.
yourself then? So since you want to play word game thing, where would you put yourself
No,
then?
no, I'm not playing where
No,
I
no, no.
say.
Let's be clear though. Let's be clear. Since let's be clear.
Go ahead.
If I say Pam Grier and Beyonce are an 8, what would you rank yourself in
I
relation
think
to them?
well, based off of your standards, if they're 8 to you, and you say you're not up there with them, then I would say
No,
that you.
I didn't ask you anything about me. I said, where would you rank yourself if that's where they are?
I'm never gonna like you at my natural state. I'm never gonna say
Uh-huh.
anything. I'm not gonna change my number. I'm gonna still say what I say. But
Exactly.
I think
And there we go, people.
Yeah, it's hopeless. This kind of conversation only starts to make sense when it's already too late to salvage the reality she's barreling toward. A sad example of what that looks like is when women like a Vivica Fox feel compelled to go under the knife to chase an illusion of youth that's long gone. Even with glaring signs and mountains of evidence about what the future holds, Modern women would rather bury their heads in the sand and pretend a harsh reckoning isn't waiting for them. Like a frog in boiling water, they'll keep adjusting their delusions to fit whatever situation lets them avoid confronting the reality that demands a change in mindset and behavior. Whether you agreed with him or not, Kevin Samuels didn't create the current state of relationships the way so many people accuse him of. All he did was shine a light on a specific side of dating that most people, especially men, were either ignorant of or were never allowed to see because that knowledge gave an advantage. Just look at the countless podcasts, dating shows, and relationship debates online today that are built on the very same ideas he talked about years ago. So yes, Kevin Samuels and his message are still alive and relevant now in the year of our Lord 2026. Especially now when even women content creators in the dating and relationship space are starting to admit he was right, that his harsh delivery was necessary, and that he genuinely meant well for the Black community. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next upload.